Hi leaders, I'm Sherelle Whitney from Lift Performance Solutions, and this is one of 7 videos giving you 7 little tips, or what I call little lifts, in relation to staying connected during the coronavirus unprecedented challenging environment that we are all experiencing at the moment. So no matter what industry you're in, you'll find these 7 tips are very practical to you. They're simple tools that you can put into practice right away, and they allow you to create a connected environment with your team, with your stakeholders, with your customers, with your board, and with your colleagues, and with yourself. Because as leaders, we are the ones being looked to for clarity, for calm, and for courage. We need to continue to engage. We need to continue to be influencing the things that we can, and we need to get our energy from somewhere. So I'm hoping that Lift provides you with these free little lifts that help you stay connected with yourself, with your team. This is little lift number 7 in the series of keeping connected. And if you've missed the last 6, go back and check those. This is number 7 and the final tip in this series. And the tip here is I'm being cheeky and squeezing a couple of tips into one, but I want to talk to you about being mindful and what that really means specifically in this environment of COVID-19. For me is A, slowing down, and B, keeping light. So mindfulness practice, you might already have a mindfulness practice, you might have read about mindfulness, and there's a whole bunch of good literature out there to investigate and explore if mindfulness is something that you haven't put in your toolkit yet. But in regards to this particular tip around connectedness, staying connected, and as a leader creating connection, I wanted to talk to you about slowing down and also keeping it light. So for me, the whole point of slowing down is something I consciously have to do. I talk fast, I move fast, I've got fast ideas, and actually in a perhaps normal everyday environment, that's okay. People can take that on. But when we're already elevated to an adrenaline filled, anxiety creating environment that COVID-19 is right now, we tend to not be able to take on the fast talking, the fast ideas, the fast walking movement stuff. And for some people, that just creates more anxiety and lifts their stress levels up even more. So if you're a fast talker, slow it down, because that's going to create a bit more calmness in your team. And if you're a fast thinker, slow it down, because people already feel the urgency to act, and they've already got a list of 100 things to get through, and you're pushing on the doing front is actually just going to increase your own anxiety and theirs. So slow down the pace at which you move, talk, think. If you're any of those people, if you've got the whole trifecta going together, sometimes I have even more reason to slow it down. So mindfulness can mean many things, but I find that if I slow down my speaking and if I slow down my thinking and allow that space to just be for a little while, my breathing slows down and actually my ability to connect to others increases. So I encourage you to think about that and think about how you can create a connecting, welcoming space in your team, even if it's virtually like this is on a video, even if you're doing it on Zoom where you're having a conversation. Make sure there's enough time in the meeting for people to be heard. Now, I know in any environment this is a difficult thing because we're all under time pressure, but right now it's even more important to allow space and time for people to be heard. So we're creating a safe, nurturing environment where people can raise issues, where they can raise good ideas, and we're also showing them that we are not in a rush. We are not distracted in 15 different ways. And in tip number 2, I talked about taking a third space. So go back to that one and find out how to keep your mind from being distracted in too many different places at once. The other part of mindfulness for me is the mindfulness to take a break and be light and enjoy each other's company and have some fun, because sometimes when we're so busy and we're focusing only on our to-do list or only on the pressures around us that everyone's talking about and the media's talking about, that we don't stop to have fun. We don't stop to play. We lose that mindfulness to be in the moment right now, and it's okay to celebrate a birthday with the team. It's okay to celebrate a milestone, and we might be doing this virtually on Zoom. We might not be in all the the one room together, but we can still celebrate these things. We might have a joke of the week. We might do something that's fun or just frivolous to make each other laugh, whatever it might be. And again, it might be on a WhatsApp, whatever it is. We might have created a closed group in a different electronic platform to do this, but please do this because we're humans and we like to have fun. And Australians particularly are good at making fun of really hard, tough things like we're going through with COVID-19. So if it's appropriate in your workplace, then please think about ways that you could be playful and have fun, because it re-energizes us to keep doing the serious work that we've all got to do. And the work is serious and the environment is serious, and more so for some of you in the health professions that are doing amazing jobs every day, or in our forces, in our police and other areas. Some of our jobs are naturally very serious at the moment, but we don't have to be super serious and burdened by that seriousness in our manner. We still need to connect with each other. We still need to have some fun. We need to play, because that allows us to take our work seriously and actually do the hard work that requires us to be present with some very difficult situations and at the same time relax and re-energize. So mindfulness in two different ways. One, hold it lightly, find some ways to play, have some fun. You don't have to come up with the answers, leaders. You need to ask your team, because they'll have some ideas already and they'll want that connection, that permission to play and permission to relax and enjoy each other's company in amidst this serious nature of our work. And the second thing is just slow everything down. I know that's counterintuitive in the environment we're in, but believe me that great leaders are able to listen and slow things down, which are 2 of the 7 tips that we've got in this series. So check out the other tips if you've missed them. I hope this one has been useful to you, and please keep in mind how to be mindful in this definitely challenging environment of unprecedented nature for all of us in all our workspaces. Thank you for listening to that little lift on how to connect. I hope that that's been useful for you and you've jotted down some practical ways that you can take that tool and skill back into your workplace. I also hope that you'll take it back to your family, your friends, and also into your community, because our work at Lift is not only about lifting leaders to be successful at work, but also lifting you to lead at home and in your communities so that you are living and leading your bravest life in all those areas. And the last thing I'd like to say to you is, if you haven't already been to our website and downloaded our free Courage to Create Connection ebook, I wrote that over the Christmas break in 2019. I've given you the 10 top best connection tips that I've got for leaders that I know work, in a lot more detail than I could give you here in this video. So please download that. It's completely free. There's no catch. I just want you to have that resource at your in your toolkit so that you can use it whenever you need to create connection, which is the #1 thing that great leaders do well. Great, thank you. Stay connected with Lift. I look forward to you watching another little lift soon.